It's December. I love December. Regardless of your religion, I believe it's a month of generosity of spirit and giving, and a month where we all try to make that bit more effort to love each other. My favourite Christmas movie is It's a Wonderful Life, all about a man named George that was feeling like giving it all up and throwing his life away when an angel called Clarence came along to show him what life would be like for many people if he hadn't existed. You are more important than you could possibly know. The whole world would be different if you weren't here. All the little things that you do, all the kindnesses you share, these things are infectious and makes the greater world different. You are an essential part of that. Now, we kick off this month's astrology with a lot of passion and fire as we have a grand fire trine. All of us have our spark of uniqueness really stoked. Now, individually, we can take advantage of that and really put our passion into good deeds and really forge ahead with our dreams and desires while also holding our hand out to our fellow man and woman. Now, reflected in the outer world, not everybody necessarily has that happy, loving virus. We may see a lot of people being very dogmatic and very like, rah, I'm going to force what I want to happen in the world. But the joy is we all have a choice. We have Mars entering Aquarius. So we have that grand fire trine on the 2nd, and then the 4th, we have Mars, the planet of passion, going into forward-thinking, idea-conscious Aquarius. All of us can taste the future and create our future and see the ideas of where our future's going and actually have the passion to make that happen. If that wasn't enough, we have the Sun in Sagittarius, trining Uranus in Aries. We are hungry for change, we're hungry to experience the world, we're hungry for knowledge. How are you going to put that into action? If you don't put into action your hunger and desire to thirst for new things, you may find yourself a little bit irritable. And again, on the 5th, we have another grand fire trine. So just think about all that passionate energy at the beginning of the month. What do you want to do with that energy? Where is your fire and how can you put it to good use? It's all about stretching ourselves, opening up to new experiences and being impulsive but in a positive way. Then we have a full moon. Full moons are peak emotional experiences. We get insights, we get messages, we get signposts into where we are, and this one's in Gemini. It's all about your ideas. Suddenly you may have a soul connection to what you want to study next, what you want to communicate, and what inspires you. And you also may turn around your emotions or just completely go down a different emotional route. It's exciting, it's very intense, and it's very fast moving. But I believe the beginning of the month can allow us, if we let it, a lot of optimism, hope, enthusiasm, and most of all, energy. Jupiter, the planet of good fortune, is going retrograde, is going backwards in Leo. And actually that's a time, well, the coming weeks are a time for us to really reflect on how far we've come this year and how we feel about our self-confidence. Have you stretched your comfort zone at all this year? And if so, how do you feel now? How can you ground what you've learnt about yourself, the positive things, the things about yourself that you're proud of this year? Jupiter retrograde gives us a chance to reflect and then very soon move forward with our energy again to push ourselves out into the world. Lily, Lily, Lily. Lily. So on the 8th, we have a Sun and Mercury conjunction in Sagittarius. This is a peak moment, and it's one of the most important moments of the month to just allow yourself to express your freedom, commit to your freedom, and decide which direction you want to spread yourself. Because after the 10th, the energy of the month is changing, and we have more issues connected to finance, security, stability. And in the external world, it is about banking and control and capitalism. What sort of things in your life are you dealing with in connection to structures? Whatever it is, this is the time of the month to really focus, to really reflect, but most importantly, to have confidence in your power. You may have some choices this month to do some things in your own life which may be based on survival or feeling that you have to do something to create your security. And the best advice I can give you is to allow your heart to guide you in that. You do have an amazing opportunity to dig solid foundations and to build up your finances and to focus actually on the practical side of life. After the 10th, there's an awful lot of Capricorn energy around. We are swamped by it. We have a 3-planet stellium. We have Mercury in Capricorn, sextile Neptune. We have Mercury and Pluto conjuncting Capricorn. There's lots of changes, and one of the changes we can all make actually is to count our blessings. There's a temptation with all this Capricorn to kind of moan or want things, you know, quite naturally want things that other people have, or to see the world in a very kind of materialistic way, when actually if we count our blessings and we share the love, we're able to fill ourselves with more abundance in every way, literally and also spiritually. So guard against that in yourself. If you find yourself swamped with everything materialistic, look to the love in your life. Look to all the people that love you, all the people that you've helped, and who you are as a human being, and what an incredible and worthy and important and rich thing it is to have been able to express yourself and your humanity. And you know what? We have tremendous power to actually change our material life, but it has to come from our heart and our spirit. In order to transform our life, we have a few other helpful things happening this month, which is on the 21st. We have Uranus, the Lord of the unpredictable and the spark of genius, going direct in Aries. Your ideas and your brilliance can come back unexpectedly. We also have another grand fire trine pumping us full of energy, pumping us full of hope, pumping us full of optimism, and making us have the fire in our belly to really succeed. We have a new moon in Capricorn and a 5-planet stellium. That's a lot of Capricorn, and it urges us not to be too rigid. My only worry, or one of my worries for this month, is there's a lot of very, very single-minded energy. So there may be some pockets of humanity that become even more enmeshed and immersed in their single-minded view of what is right and what is wrong. And one way for us to combat that is to practice mindfulness about our own sense, and to practice being fluid and practice loving each other and accepting each other for who we are. That energy is going to be so needed this month. Otherwise, we're going to look at a lot of battling in the external world. And each of us individually and what we spread and how we communicate is far more important than we realise. If only we knew how important it was what we say and how we respond and how other people catch that, then, you know, wow, what would life be if we understood that magic that's in each of our souls? And what we tend not to realise is just by being ourselves and offering that hand of kindness to people, we're making more changes than we realise. And really, this month we have to do it 1,000 times more than we would normally do it. It's very important that our heart is open. As we end the month, we have Saturn, the Lord of responsibility, shifting signs. And this is big news, and it's going into Sagittarius. Now, Sagittarius, free spirit, very philosophical, quite religious in a good way, while also accepting other people's religions. But with Saturn entering there may be a sense of limitation about our sense of freedom and philosophy, or we may be challenged by it. We may see, as we are doing, situations where other cultures are imposing their views on other cultures. And again, in our own individual life, we have to take responsibility for our philosophy and for our ideals. all of us with any view are going to be forced to examine what it is we believe and whether it's the right thing, or we'll be confronted with maybe some kind of repercussion for our beliefs, and actually our beliefs that make us think we're free. We might think we're free if we play computer games all night and we don't do anything else. Well, actually what we don't realise is that it's restricting our soul, it's restricting our growth, and it's stopping us getting out in the world. So anything in your life that you think is freedom that is an illusion comes to a head with Saturn in Sagittarius. But actually, we've learned so much over the past year. We've had a lot of restrictive energy around us that in some ways I find December quite liberating and quite engaging. We're able to really believe, we're able to learn, we're able to dig foundations, and hopefully we're able to share the love. Whatever you're doing in December and whatever you believe in, I send you so much love. Have a wonderful new year. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon. I've got loads more free astrology on my website and lots of other free readings. www.michelleknight.com. I'll see you there.